Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to be looking at the final work example on solving quadratic equation using the completing the square method. And this very example is going to be the very last one. And we are looking at an Olympiad math question. So after this very one, I am very sure we should be able to solve any kind of question on quadratic equation using this very method. So right here on the board, look at what we have. We are asked to solve for the values of x in x squared plus 2 root 2x minus c is equal to 0. Now, don't forget, we're using completing the square method, and that's what we're using. So how do we solve the very quadratic equation, this Olympiad math? How do we solve it? How do we solve this? Now, the first thing we're going to do is do the same thing. We'll send this over to the other side. This x squared plus 2 root 2x equals to 6 minus 6 cross to the other side becomes plus 6. So what do we do next? Don't forget, normally we look for a way to get rid of the coefficient. If there's any major coefficient like 5, 6, or whatever, we just look for a way to get rid of it by using it to divide all through. So we end up having just a single, just 1 as a coefficient of the unknown with the highest power. But right here, we have naturally, a kind of coefficient of, we have the kind of coefficient with desired. That's what we have. So x squared plus 2 root 2x equal to k, equal to c, 6, I mean. So the next thing we're going to do is we look for a way to add something to this that will help it become, once again, the kind of quadratic equation that we desire. So you can add k, you can add p, whatever you want to add to it. Let me add p this time around plus p equal to 6 plus p. So don't forget why I add p also. Whatever you do to this place, you also do to this place. So p can take out p. You are left with this. This is what you're left with. So you have plus 6, you have plus p, I beg your pardon, plus p also. So don't forget a is what? A is 1. B is 2 root 2. Don't forget it's a mixed. Then the C is P. So what's going to be the value of P? The value of P, which is C, you should see is B divided by 2 raised to power 2. So the C, which is the P we're talking about, equals to, what's the B? The B is 2 root 2 divided by 2 raised to power 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 1. What do we have? Is this root 2 raised to power 2. So we're going to add this to both sides. So that's x squared plus 2 root 2x plus root 2 raised to power 2 equal to 6 plus root 2 raised to power 2. There's no point trying to break this down. This root 2 raised to power 2, if you combine root 2 raised to power 2, you end up with just ordinary 2. So if we leave it this way, it's going to help us find this easily factorizable. So let's see what we have from here. This x squared plus 2 root 2x plus root 2 raised to power 2. Now, what do we have? The product is positive. Now, if the product is positive, it means the two roots, the two there, I can say the two roots that came together, they have the same signs, plus plus or minus minus. So what do we have? The sum is positive. It means the two roots have plus and plus. So that's going to be this x here, that's plus and plus. This root 2 raised to power 2, this root 2 and root 2. That's the reason I opted not to break it down. We could break it down here. 6 plus root 2 raised to power 2 is root 2 times root 2, which is root 4, ordinary 2. So x plus root 2 raised to power 2, then equal to 8. We break this down, 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. So x plus root 2 for the square root of 8 plus or minus. Don't forget, even roots take plus or minus. So x plus root 2 equal to plus or minus 4 times 2. That is root 4 times 2. You understand sort. So I'm very confident that what I'm taking you're really following, because I've taught sort already in one of our previous or some of our previous lessons. So you know what it takes. So root 8 is 2 root 2. Turn this over. So x is minus root 2 plus or minus 2 root 2. So we're home already. So what's that going to be? That will be minus root 2 plus 2 root 2, or minus root 2 minus 2 root 2. So x is minus root 2 plus 2 root 2. We just that's root 2, or minus root 2 minus 3 root 2 is minus 3 root 2. Now this is how we use quadratic. This is how we use completing the square method to solve the quadratic equation. You can see how easy it is. It's very easy. Just quickly pulverize this Olympiad mathematics. So at this very point in time, the next thing we're going to be seeing is take home. So just stay tuned for that. You're going to see our take home soon. Okay, guys, you have some questions to get us tested after all we've learned on using the completing the square method to solve quadratic equations. So we have a 3 set of questions. So number 1, we are asked to solve for x in minus 32x plus 21 minus 5x squared equal to 0. That's the first thing. Number 2, solve for x in minus 27 plus 2x squared minus 15x equals to 0. The very last one, solve for x in 7 root 3 plus 10x plus root 3x squared equals to 0. Now don't forget, you have to use the completing the square method all through. Now this very last question is an Olympiad mathematics, but very simple. It's very easy, just follow instructions and you'll be fine. So at this very point in time, we're drawing the content on today's lesson. Not just only on today's lesson, we're drawing the curtain on how to use this very method to solve, to solve quadratic equation. So if you've enjoyed the very series of lessons, I would love you to subscribe to this very channel at Edu Mosaic, and also follow me on Facebook at Revelation Up. Also, please share this very lesson with others. So see you in the next lesson. Thanks.